We knew the production was going to have to shut down when we ran out of money. And it was one of those fortunate things that Larry Gordon was on board as a producer, because he was there to protect the financial integrity of the picture. In other words, he was there to beat somebody up to get us more money, which wasn't going to happen for a period of time because it needed Leonard Goldberg to come, and he took over the studio. He followed Larry in. He saw the movie and saw the potential of the movie, saw an hour of the movie, and okayed the funds to finish the picture.
A break in shooting like that is actually a tremendous luxury. It's wonderful. Woody Allen now does it as part of his production process. He shoots most of the movie and then goes and edits it. And then he goes and finishes, but also reshoots the things that, now that he's had a chance to work with it in the cutting room, to see what he can do better and to adjust it. And what I wanted to do was put the movie together first and then go back. It's by no means a calamity. It's actually it's an advantage.
It gave us an opportunity to see the picture. And, I think that really affected the end of the movie, because I think it was made bigger and more exciting and spectacular. And it's always great to be able to shoot the third act of a movie, knowing what the strengths and weaknesses of the first two acts are.
And then we went to Stan Winston. It was wonderful.
You're probably wondering why we brought you here today. Basically, what we're doing is making monsters. That's what we do, and we do it well.
Stan had just done this before, and he knew how to go about it, and it was just a very different experience working with it.
Joel Silver contacted me, and then I met with John McTiernan, and if I recollect, I believe it was Arnold that recommended that they contact me, because, of course, Arnold and I had worked together on The Terminator and have remained very close friends ever since.
What the hell are you?
The creature design evolved given the springboard of the Rastafarian warrior that I had seen the drawing of that Joel had on an airplane flying to Japan with Jim Cameron sitting next to me. And while I was on this airplane flight to Japan, I was sketching concepts for The Predator. Jim Cameron looked over to me and says, I always wanted to see something with mandibles. And I went, oh, really? Well, so what?
I think Stan Winston gave The Predator a great look. He came up with that unique hair design, came up with those jowls. He really created an indelible monster.
He was going to be a warrior and a humanoid, muscled out warrior. And guys in the studio had known of Kevin Peter Hall and was just finishing suit work on Harry and the Hendersons at the exact same time. And I believe Kevin was somewhere on the 7-foot range. Immediately the concept became, let's get Kevin, who can in fact work in a suit, who is an actor, who can create a performance, can create a character. And here's a guy who is huge. And next to Arnold would make Arnold look like a peanut.
I saw them go by with this big mattress. They were in the Kevin's room, so they could have 2 big queen-size beds, and he just slept across both of them because he was so big.
And he was just some big guy in costume. I mean, the way he moved and the menace and the way he took things off, I just thought he was totally brilliant.
The design of this Predator is really wonderful, and the concept of the character and the hunting down Arnold is fun. So there's already the incentive to get into it because you're going to be going after Arnold Schwarzenegger. But on top of all of that, there's creating a personality that the audience can relate to. Because without it, then it's just something from somewhere else. Whereas this is a real conflict, and it's real important in this movie that the audience get a sense of who Arnold is and a sense of this evil force that is chasing him down.
Because he suffered so long in the damn suit, I had to make sure that he got his face actually on screen.
What the?
I've always wanted to play a heavy, and this is an excellent heavy.
It kills for pleasure.
He was skinned alive!
It hunts for sport.
He's killing us one at a time.
But this time,
if it bleeds, we can kill it.
It's picked the wrong man to hunt. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Predator. Rated R. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
I saw it in the theater in Westwood opening night premiere, and it was like people were cheering.
People loved the movie, and it did really well, and it had a really big opening night. It was the #1 film that weekend.
My mother walked out. Now, and it's funny, my mother didn't walk out during all the pussy jokes. You know, she was not offended, but she couldn't, when my character ran into the jungle and she knew that I was about to get killed, she couldn't watch, she had to leave.
I believe the original budget of the movie was $18 million. When you look back, that's not a lot of money, because an action movie today, if you can do it for $50 million, you've done a great job.
The official tab on this movie is that it has lost more than its original cost.
Well, I gotta be honest. I got a net points check about 2 weeks ago from the studio on the movie, so it seemingly has broke even.
We had no idea that the film would be so well remembered 15 years later.
To this day, all the things I've ever done, people talk about. Just today, I was talking to some guys, and one of the business guys was talking about, he had met me, he says, Predator. I mean, the first thing he said, I mean, he doesn't say Bill Duke. He says Predator.
The strength of those characters is what draws us back. There's something about the characters that resonate for us. And, 15 years later, I guess those characters still resonate for a lot of people.
I don't think the idea is dead even. They did a sequel, of course. You still see Predator t-shirts.
It's a classic. It set a standard.
You're one ugly motherfucker. You're one ugly motherfucker.